Alrighty guys, we are back, bringing the second match and the first game of it to you today. In the bottom right hand corner, in the red, representing Root Gaming, it is our Terran player, SuperNova.
And his opponent spawning in the top left, representing my insanity, it is the blue Protoss player, Stardust.
I'm a big fan of Stardust. I've seen him play a fair few times, and he is a man who is known for having, let's call it a repertoire, a certain stylistic preference. Occasionally, might be a good way to describe it, and I'm interested to see if that's what we see coming out of him today. He has already taken a second gas.
Yep, that he has. So he is definitely going to be making it look like, at least when SuperNova does scout, if he does scout, that anything is possible, and it gives him the choice to pretty much do anything that he wants for the most part. Although it does delay the expansion for a little bit, if he were to go for one. He wants to get some kind of tech out, most likely, or just some units that require a bit more gas than just 3. So, as we do see the double extractor, you see that really often now, and not taking too much gas. But if you do like the 2 and 2 as opposed to the 3 on each, and then saturate your minerals, and I'm wondering, does that mean any type of difference? You know, getting the 2 on 2 first, and then not just rushing to get 3 and 3.
Well, what it shows is that you're not going Stargate, basically. That's the only thing it really tells you, that you're probably not seeing a Stargate style. But actually what we've got is a Stalker being chrono boosted out, so we might be seeing some early aggression out of Stardust, and this proxy pylon seeks to... it's hiding a Twilight counter.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're definitely going to be seeing something probably Blink related out of Stardust, because this is King Sejong Station, and that is one of the maps in the current pool where Blink actually works still against Terran.
Yeah,
Or
well
can
then,
actually work.
he's going to be going for that, and he hides it too, so I love when players proxy tech like that, especially on a map like King Sejong, where there are some certain more obvious proxy locations, especially if you were to scout. I don't even think SuperNova has scouted at all. He hasn't seen anything in the main of Stardust. He only knows Stardust and, you know, from the legends, and once upon a time there was this Protoss player, like, that like to do a lot of, like you said, I'm trying to think of the word that explained it, right? You would say cheesy to an extent, but it's, you know, it's...
Well, he's known as Cheese Dust, but I don't think he's necessarily cheesy here. I don't know, strategic. He's a tactical player.
Tactical player, exactly.
Yes,
Very,
which is a really nice way of saying it.
Not a predictable, and very versatile, and some would say just, you know, just aggressive. Likes to get the game in his control, and
yeah, those casting euphemisms, man, they are flowing freely.
well, because like there's a thing that I really hate, and it's like when somebody wins, you know, due to using some kind of strategy like that, whether it be a proxy, or whether it be a 2-Rax, whether it be just like a proxy robo, you know, like stuff like that are weird. You know, proxy hatch into some, like, you know, the delaying of the expansion of a Protoss or a Terran or something into some other strategy, and then they're just like, oh, it's cheesy. He could never beat him in a straight up game. But what
did you see? Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. But did you see that on Burrow on the Widow Mine?
Yeah, so that it didn't shoot the Stalker exactly at the perfect time. Didn't want to. But
not a waste. No waste there.
Jeez. Well, look at this. Looks like Blink is going to be the choice here, Leth, like you said, and Robo is going to be on the way so that he doesn't get wrecked by Widow Mines, as we did see the Widow Mine there, so he's definitely going to play it safe. There's a starport coming out of here from SuperNova, and he already has a tank, so he should be able to do a little bit better than usual when holding a Blink attack such as this. It is a 1-base one.
Yeah, that's not too much of a surprise, though. Going for 1-base Blink style 3-gate, in fact, is pretty kind of standard at this point, but Stardust... apparently not a fan of the extra Nexus. You do see Blink expansion timings that come out, but Stardust is just going straight for it, probably because of that robot that he's adding on that's going to allow him to get the Observer, that is going to, of course, allow him to... Wow, the siege tank in the back. I didn't even see that come down.
Yeah.
Really nice that SuperNova's got that. That's going to be so useful in holding this attack. But Stardust is just straight out of there. He goes around the side immediately. He just goes, yep, I'm going to go in the other side. Wonder if you're ready. Wonder if you're ready. Are you ready?
Oh my god.
Is he ready? Actually, he might be. No, not quite.
Ooh, so close. Don't want to lose that mothership core at all. Stardust looking for an angle here, and he might have found it just for a second, as, yep, a lot of the units are in the main. However, both of the siege tanks are firing, although one does go down. The bunker goes down, and all that are left are Marines. Uh-oh.
He's out for into the siege tank as well now, so this is a great fight for Stardust to be taking. Blinking back those Ninja Stalkers, losing another one. I think a couple went down in that fight, but even so, more Warpins coming in as well. Stardust's army is still mostly there, and getting that tank is a big deal in its own right.
Yeah, that's really big. You want to get as many of those. Well, you don't want to lose any of them just because of the investment that you have to put into them just to survive. So the more that you lose here... Oh, what am I getting sniped? And another siege tank getting sniped as well. Do not want to let these stalkers start to snowball, especially if you're losing your critical defenses.
Nice blinks back out of Stardust, keeping those stalkers for the most part alive, and now reinforcements coming in as well. You're going to see him pushing and even chasing off that command center, which means that SuperNova is not going to be able to really supplement his income above, a little above, because he's got mules, but not much above the one base point. He's now kind of been forced back to the position that Stardust is in, and that means that Stardust is ahead.
Yep. Well, luckily though, SuperNova does still have that command center, but you know, I think, oh my god, another blink on top of everything, gonna take out another siege tank. Oh my god. SuperNova trying to hold on here, but what I was thinking here is that when you go for this tank route without getting stim, you can't lose the siege tanks because you're not sitting there waiting for stim to finish. I guess Widow, well, rather the medevacs are what you're waiting for to heal up so that you can continue to trade a bit more. But he doesn't have a tech lab being able to produce Marauders. He doesn't have a tech lab being able to produce stim. So he can't wait for that critical time when he finally has stim and is able to just kind of push it back with a bunch of Marauders as well. He's just losing his siege tanks, so this is like pretty big, man.
Yeah, no, again, more tanks going down, SuperNova down to, oh no, a second one coming out just to interrupt my flow. Of course it would. But now he's moving around the side with this Stalker force, got the Mothership Core still alive for the high ground vision. It survived its previous excursion up here. Now we're going to see the blink into the back of the base, of course, because what couldn't really happen? Now we see the unsiege of the tanks. As soon as this moves in, I think we're going to see Stardust blink on, yep, blinks on top of the tanks. Both of them immediately go down. Stardust is now fighting Stalkers versus SCVs. That is not a fair fight, Tembo. That is not a fair fight at all.
Not even close. He is just taking out so many of these SCVs. 29 have already been killed. I'm surprised that SuperNova even has 16 workers at the moment. He has lost so many, and his army supply is looking pretty pathetic compared to that of Stardust. If he could sneak in like a Widow Mine into the mineral line of Stardust, I think he wouldn't be able to defend at home, though, right? Like if he were to do that, he'd just die to the straight up attack. It seems. Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe we've seen that before somewhere. I vaguely recall it. Either way, not in this game. In this game, Stardust is looking all-powerful. He is tearing through SuperNova like he's not even there, killing everything that he comes into. SCV, siege tank, it doesn't matter to him. GG, straight up call by SuperNova. Stardust takes the first game.
Here with game number 2 between these two players. It is a TVP, by the way. The first one spawning in the bottom right corner, representing Root Gaming as well as Korea. It is SuperNova.
And his opponent across the map, up one game in this series, looking incredibly dominant there. Representing my insanity in the red, it is the Protoss player Stardust. He's a bad man.
He is. He is very, very sneaky snake, as he did proxy at Twilight this time. Well, I mean last time. You know, a lot of the times it's like, oh my god, he's gonna proxy. It must be a Stargate, but no. Sometimes you just proxy the tech in order to confuse your opponent. Never give your opponent complete information. I mean, you never want to give complete information, but I mean, try to make it as likely as possible that they don't get any information at all. And if they do get any information, at least confuse them by showing them the gas and then showing them nothing. So then it's up to them to either overreact or underprepare or overprepare for something that may not even be a threat.
Yeah, no, it's all about trying to play the mind games with your opponent. And of course, Stardust, in the previous game, was hiding that Twilight Council, so he was making sure to keep it hidden for as long as possible, so SuperNova didn't know what he was up against until as late as possible, allowing perhaps for Stardust to actually squeeze out the win, because the response maybe was a little bit late. Although actually, I think SuperNova did a really good job. I thought that he was more than ready for the blink play. He scouted inside the base, he saw the double gas, he saw there weren't the right amount of pylons, and he put 2 and 2 together and he made blink all in. Which is right, that is the right answer.
Yeah, and it was the right answer because he started making tanks. You know, it's not like he made a turret in his base and was expecting Stargate or anything like that. So he was definitely just waiting for it. And it was very close, you know, and he just kept losing the tanks. Stardust was very aggressive, pouncing on any opportunity that he could. And that's what happens in these games, you know. You can't be perfect, and you just kind of look for those openings and then go right for them. That's exactly the type of player that Stardust is. Even MC is a player that's like that too, you know. Definitely share that kind of killer instinct as a Protoss player. So.
Yeah, no, it's you do see it across that that very timing focused style that some Koreans, especially Protoss, I think, can be quite prone towards. You see that kind of Life does it as well, actually, and he just kind of goes, "It's time to kill them," and then does.
Yep. Sees any opportunity or opening just to get a little bit more ahead, and then finally do the killing blow. And looky what we got here. Another proxy on the right side of the map. It is a just a pylon, but he's putting down a Twilight in his main, so it makes me wonder if it is going to be DTs.
Oh, I think it's getting scouted.
Oh, wow. It's a very early pylon to be there, and it already gets scouted by the Reaper. And now we have to think, what is Stardust going to do here now that it's been... I mean, it's just a pylon that's been scouted, but anytime a pylon is that... You know, it's in that location... And at that point in the game, it makes me think that it's probably going to be DT as a Terran player, unless there was a probe there getting ready to put down a Stargate.
Yeah, no, it is pretty suspicious, but actually it might just be used as a proxy. Of course, Stardust throwing down another one in a slightly more further back location, but this means that the Stalker can move across the map, kind of poke, try and keep SuperNova at home a little bit, and he actually put down his Twilight Council just in his main base. He kind of went, okay, well, if your Reaper's over here, then I guess I can put it in the main base. It doesn't matter.
Oh my god! SuperNova gonna go ahead and find this other pylon. He's just looking all over the map right now, trying to find out if there's anything anywhere that he can just get any kind of information in, because once again he does see that the double gas and he sees that there is proxy pylons all over the map, but he still doesn't know exactly what's going on. So I think
he's got to suspect, man. He's got to have some idea.
Yo, look at this, man. He's playing a little different this time. He does have the expansion already running, but he is going into that 3-rack style, getting +1. So he's going to have a lot of units, and he's not... Yes, the scout goes off here. Perfect.
Yeah, the SuperNova's been waiting on that all game. He needed that moment. Now he knows he can commit to Marauders. He can start throwing down those bunkers. He can get himself to a situation where he can deal with it. But it might be too late. There's already 5 Stalkers pushing at his front door.
Yeah. SCVs are going to have to come off the line in order to try to hold this out until Stim does finish in +1 as well. And just so that he can get that unit count. And now the Stalkers are here. Blink isn't just done yet. There's 9 of them. Blink has just completed, and here goes Stardust. Gonna go ahead and start forcing that repair. But there are a lot of Stalkers here. They could even start picking off some of those SCVs if they really wanted to, but he's just kind of testing the DPS.
Well, we did see him get a couple, or actually just one it seemed, but a bit of damage dealt to SCVs. But in general, SuperNova... he has held pretty nicely so far. The question is, how long can it last? Because obviously, that's a lot of Stalkers right now. That is a lot of Stalkers. There's a Mothership Core in prime position to try and deal with this. But the Bioforces, they were poised on the high ground. He knows now. He knows now. As soon as we see that blink up to the high ground, if that goes down, that's going to be the moment when all this goes south for Stardust. Because that's a lot of Bio.
There's a lot of Bio. Whoa! Gonna lose that Mothership Core, and now down goes. He doesn't have any of the high ground vision. And Stardust is just kind of like, well, I might as well hit that blink key and just take out that bunker. And now the SCVs are trying to frantically repair the other one. Really nice blinks here from Stardust. But there are a lot more units here for SuperNova than he did last time. And he doesn't have critical units like the Siege Tank. There's more so in the Marauder. But they're able to go and be a lot more mobile than a Siege Tank is, so...
Yeah, it's kind of, you trade one type of strength for another. Even so, Stardust is going for the exact same type. He has so many Stalkers at the front here. This is a scary, scary army to be dealing with. And SuperNova is going to be hard pressed. I'm not sure if he can actually hold this at this point, because that bunker is being healed furiously, but actually driving back those Stalkers with desperation. Last-ditch shoves out of those Marauders.
Yeah, and now he switches those Marauders into the bunker. He's going to be able to hold on for a bit. Stim has already completed here, so now he's just finding that opportune moment in order to go in and just get a lot of those Stalker kills. Doesn't want to just weaken them. He wants to get the kills up, because once they start to get to be too many, it becomes so incredibly hard to actually deal with this, especially with no medevacs out.
And there are no medevacs up. Concussive Shell not even up at the moment, but it's on its way. That's going to help those Marauders keep the Stalkers in the right place, chasing down the stragglers, making sure they can pick off as many as they could possibly be cost effective with. Of course, doesn't affect the speed of Blink. Nothing affects the speed of Blink.
No. I can't believe he actually got that Mothership Core, though. Imagine how much of more of a pain this would be for SuperNova if the possibility of those Stalkers to just blink into the main and blink down. I think
the game would be over.
Terrible. Yeah, it would be. He'd be dead. But SuperNova's holding on. This one Marauder going hard in the paint, though. Look at him. He's just gonna go hard, and he might even pick off a Stalker here.
There's nothing he can even do as well. Stardust, as we said, he can't see the high ground. That Marauder is untouchable.
Damn, it's hail. Wow, I didn't know the weather on Foxtrot. It just hails randomly. But no, there comes a hail of Stalker fire onto this bunker. But that's a lot of firepower here for SuperNova. And he's going in with some SCVs. He does have Stim, and he's making the most of it, at least the best that he can. Isn't going to be enough. He's going in.
Yeah, he's going to try and chase this back. Again, are you getting a bit of lag?
Okay, well, getting those pylons, gonna supply block Stardust there. He actually doesn't have a pylon on the way. But now he's about to, and that's going to be a little bit before he gets that down. I don't think he realizes it, because that probe has a long way to go.
Are you getting this lag that I'm getting?
I got it a tiny bit.
Okay. This is quite, like, it's quite serious for me. I don't know if everyone else is getting it, but hopefully it stops soon. I'm just closing like every tab that I've got.
Alright.
Open all of them.
No problem. It's like that.
Hopefully that fixes it.
Tech guy versus sales guy, I think. It's like 25,000 tabs open. It's like, I don't understand.
No, I've got so many at this point in time, but hopefully that will fix the problem. And SuperNova doesn't seem to be struggling too much at this point as well. He's dealing with this, so it's not a problem there.
I mean, he's holding on, you know. I mean, geez, he's down by 10 army supply about, maybe a little bit even more. It's just so scary at this point, because he does have Blink, his opponent, that is, Stardust. But he's attacking up a ramp. He doesn't have medevacs, though.
Oh, the Widow Mine's doing some great damage. There's one more left to fire. If that goes off and it hits in the right place, that could deal game-ending damage. That's it! It's going out! Oh!
The Widow Mine hits. Oh my god, he just got the best Widow Mine hit, as you were saying. Gets a perfect one. Holy moly, I would say that is enough to turn the tides, as his medevac does come out, and that is what he needs just to heal up these units and buy him time in order to get a few more out. Oh my god, that Widow Mine hit was beautiful.
Yeah, SuperNova holding on by the skin of his teeth now. Did even manage to save the expansion as well. So when he moves out with his medevac, with his bioforce, we're going to see him hold on to the natural as well, I think.
Yeah. You know, the good part about it, too, is that he did get +1, and he already has +1 armor on the way, too, so his upgrades are going to be ahead. He's ahead in supply both ways. Well, not in the worker supply, but he does have 2 command centers, and he also has a double mule, so his mine is, his main is starting to mine out, but as soon as he lands that command center at the natural, he's going to be pretty happy. It just seems that SuperNova is just waiting for that time to do it. He's moving across the map here with 2 Widow Mines, man. You know what Widow Mines do to worker lines, right? I don't know if you've ever read about it before.
I've actually witnessed it in some of my own ladder games, and what they do is they turn all the probes into Protoss tips.
Oh my god. No!
Oh god, it happened again!
Oh, GG!
Alrighty,
Right.
guys. No, I'm taking this one. I'm taking this one.
Get it.
Alright. Okay, guys, we are back for the final game of this best of 3 series. It's gonna be a PvT and the Protoss in the 2 o'clock spawn of Merry-Go-Round in the blue representing my insanity. It is Stardust.
And his opponent spawning opposite to the west side is gonna be the red Terran player representing Root for Root Gaming. It is SuperNova.
Which side is the best? Is east side the best? Or is
Of
west
course.
side the best?
It's all about the East. All about the East, especially in the United States as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Nothing. I don't want to say it because I'm biased. I've lived in the East pretty much my whole life, of course. I did get a chance to visit the West Side when I went to Anaheim for MLG, as well as it was the Heart of the Swarm launch. So I would say that a lot more cool things happen over there for sure on the West Side, but still East. Come on.
See, I don't know. Have you heard of Ali G in America?
Yeah.
That's what I was referencing. See, because like they're coming. When they were talking about that, they were talking about the East Stain's massive and the West Stain's massive, and they were talking about how is East Side is the best or West Side is the best, and that they're actually like they in America you have states, in Britain we have counties, which are like really, really tiny states basically, but not independent in any way. They just got like local councils that don't have different laws or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, and the county that Ali G is filmed in and like is based in, that is my county.
Oh, really?
So it's very important whether east or west side is the best.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
I don't know if you got the right answer or not. I don't know where in Berkshire I actually live, but
Well, you know what? Apparently, I think that Stardust likes the west side a bit better because he's building his buildings on that side of the map, as he does put a proxy Stargate in one of those locations that are pretty common. Usually you'll see it at the top a little bit more, right behind the mineral line, but that may be a little bit too obvious as he's trying to hide it just a bit. And there's already a stalker out here trying to put on some pressure to SuperNova, who opened up with what looks like a CC first.
it was.
So yeah, he is preparing though. He's not afraid of no Oracle. At least not at this moment.
Well, maybe he should be, because what comes after the first Oracle? And the answer is usually a second Oracle, and at that point things start to get really scary for those SCVs. Marines, of course, moving up to the high ground to chase away that mothership core, but Stardust getting that critical scouting information, sees only 2 barracks and knows that he might be able to push forward into this, and I think that's what we're going to see him do. I mean, he's got the Oracle, he's got Gates back at home, he's just going for another one base play, and we've seen him do this tonight already twice, and he's making it work.
He has been, right? And I feel like he was making it work even in the last game until that Widow Mine hit just shot every kind of chance of him being able to retain any stalkers, because that was a point where he just like lost too many stalkers at that point, and the medevacs were coming out at the same time. So here goes the Oracle into the main of SuperNova, who does have a turret inside of the mineral line. So there are 2 of them there, actually. Did they go in and... Yeah, they're just going to go and try... Oh, my God.
Actually, the Stalker's
Stardust.
just going straight up that ramp.
All right.
Wow.
Well, that's one way to do it, and he's going up into the main. Going to be able to get a time warp on that ramp. But here come the Oracles, but they actually took a little bit to activate. One of them are going to go down. And second one.
Getting that.
Oh, my God.
It's one thing, these Stalkers don't have blink like the previous 2 occasions, so they are going to be cutting back on foot. We don't have any Marauders with concussive shells, but there's just 3 Stalkers against all of the SCVs. It is these guys.
The Duke.
The dance. There we go, another one down. We are seeing more Stalkers coming in for reinforcements, though. They're going to be fighting those Marines in the back, but 3 Stalkers beats 3 Marines any day of the week. And so it's now up to Stardust to micro on 2 fronts, engaging in this micro battle against the Marines, against the SCVs, and that's what it's going to come down to, that kind of engagement. Actually attempting to snipe off a reactor, but possibly a little bit bravely, losing 3 Stalkers for his trouble there.
He's losing so many Stalkers to these SCVs, but you have to keep in mind that SuperNova's not mining at all, and here comes some Zealots, and those are going to prevent some surrounds, as if you try to surround 3 Zealots, you're going to be in for a world of hurt, and this is exactly what is going to happen. I mean, this is desperation. You have to do this. SuperNova's broke. He can only drop mules. He's been using all of his SCVs to fight.
Yeah. I mean, those Zealots didn't actually do as much. I think they needed Stalker support to force the engagement, and as it is now, we've got the... fantastic SCV block there, actually. The Oracle doing some good damage up in the main, though, so maybe not in the long run the best. And actually going in to fight off those last 2 Marines as well, so this reactor might be in some trouble in a moment.
Yeah, and that's the production that SuperNova needs. I can't even believe this. Stardust has just been walking in. He doesn't care. He's just like, whatever. I'm gonna go into the main, get to the production, and now how many SCVs have gone down? 17 already, and there are 3 Stalkers here. Another one getting surrounded. One at some very low HP. It's gonna go down very soon. Nice stim has finished here for SuperNova as he does shoot down another one and did surround on the Stalker. And jeez, Stardust has lost 4,000 resources in yeah, that mothership core.
Bad day to be a mothership core, but good day to be a Stalker when fighting the fields of SCVs. Of course, actually these SCVs probably have a few kills to each one of their names because they've been fighting for such a long time.
These are the MVPs, and like these Stalkers are just, they don't give a damn. They're gonna keep on going in, but he's really getting careless with them. But is it even gonna matter? SuperNova hasn't mined at all. Well, at least as much as he would like to. He has 2 command centers though, but geez, this is not looking too good at the moment.
This is just what you end up seeing, like, when even though SuperNova opened with a super macro opening with a CC first, Stardust hitting a really strong timing has done enough damage that he's behind economically, and now Stardust can kind of power through on his own superior economy and just keep trading fairly inefficiently. But even though he's trading badly, he's doing damage where it hurts, and that matters more than anything else.
Yeah, just forcing these SCVs off the line, getting a lot of SCV kills, putting down a Nexus of his own. Oh, almost 30 workers. Oh, there we go. 32 workers have been killed here by Stardust, not even letting him get any units out. He keeps on killing the Marines as they come out, even though Stim is done. It doesn't even matter, man.
Yeah, I don't want to call this too early, but, you know, I've thought this was over a couple of times, and every single time SuperNova pulls it back, but even so, this may be the end for him. He is on 5 SCVs, 37 workers killed by Stardust this game, even plonking down a pylon to deny a tech lab or reactor. A little bit rude.